Look at that wreckage. I'm amazed they're still making them like this.
They?
This looks like a standard fighter jet, but it's actually different. They've done a lot of things to reduce the number of parts and cut down manufacturing costs, without sacrificing the plane's strength and performance. Very cost-effective. You could make 3 planes for the price of 2 this way.
Who's this they you're referring to?
North Ossia Grunder Industries. Formerly the South Belka Munitions Factory, run by the Belkan government.
But Ossia has taken over that land now. South Belkan technology is being used for Ossia. Why does Yuktobania have this?
Good question. Actually, speaking of Belka, Ossia recruited some Belkan flying aces after the war 15 years ago to strengthen our Air Force. You know about this?
No. Really?
An aggressor squadron comprised entirely of Belkan aces. Our old enemy. Well, that's the rumor anyway. Even an old fox like me isn't sure they exist. I bet the current administration isn't even aware of the story.
Before the Ossian ground forces can proceed into the Yuktobanian capital of Sinigrad, they'll have to deal with Cruik fortress directly in their path. The robust defense of this fortress has stalled the advance of our armies for the past 5 days. If this situation continues for much longer, it will give Yuktobania time to complete preparations for a counterattack. We need to take the fortress and enable our ground forces to reach the enemy capital as quickly as possible. To do this, we will launch an air attack on Cruik Fortress. Our last attack sortie fell prey to their anti-aircraft guns and air defense fighters. Deal a decisive blow to the fortress and its surrounding air power, and support the ground forces as they penetrate the complex. Open the door to Cruik. The day of Sinigrad's liberation is near.
Captain, please choose my plane.
Captain, which plane should I use? We may not be able to deal with ground enemies in this formation. Are we still launching like this? War Dog, launch!
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling. 1 mile to refueling craft. 500 yards to go. 100 yards to go. 50 yards to go. Commencing refueling.
King Cobra to Able. Today we're gonna do it. This is Able. Don't be stupid. Can't you see that wall in front of us? We're getting air support from Sand Island today. Roger that. I'll tell everyone now.
Lieutenant Colonel, the enemy sent this message to our armies. This fortress will not be captured. Go back to your country. All right then. back so we can get home to our families.
Edge engaging.
Archer, engaging.
Allied forces in the air, listen to me. If the ground forces are wiped out, this operation will fail. We need to place top priority on eliminating the threat to our ground forces. We're counting on you.
It's down to us or them.
You know the Sand Island Squadron above us? Supposedly they're the Roscrays we keep hearing about.
Radio intercept team. Does the enemy have something hidden up their sleeve?
Our air support's from Sand Island, so don't worry about a thing.
Our tread's been blown off. We can't maneuver.
King Cobra, get out while we can still provide cover.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
I see it. The Coliseum is still in operation. This is the third attempt. Remember, there will be no fourth time.
Enemy ground forces advancing. Another large-scale offensive. This is the third time. Missione ready for takeoff. Remaining aircraft will follow shortly. Watch out for enemy planes. We're dealing with the Roscrays here.
Enemy facility destroyed. I can't believe we had to capture a fortress this huge.
They're blocking the way, and they're hungry for blood.
If we break through here, the capital's just ahead.
Sorry, no visitors allowed. Run along home now.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
Blaze, cover me!
Allied planes overhead. This is the Fertilance Armored Brigade. Requesting orders to penetrate the fortress. All right, roger that. Air support is with us. All Fertilance units, forward. Damage rate. Both Batter and Mamba teams heavily annihilated. Remaining force at 70%. HQ to first platoon. Move forward.
HQ, we're broken through the southern fortress wall.
Roger. Nice work.
First barrier cleared. Wow, in record time, too. They have a grid view on all sides from here. They can target us no matter where we are.
This fortress has turned out to be full of surprises. Keep your takeoff roll short. Begin launch.
Climb as steep as you can the moment you're airborne. Use max velocity or you will get shot down before we even make it out.
This is the only way. You've got to carry out your mission.
Enemy planes taking off from fortress runway. They're sending reinforcements to launch a counterattack.
This is Missione 1. Commence attack.
Targeting the Roscrays and the enemy strike craft.
Captain's vehicles under enemy fire and it's loaded. No survivors.
One battery, Huntsman and Taipan teams all destroyed. We got just a handful of men left.
Allied forces are sustaining heavy damage. We've got to hurry.
Those guys can attack from any position. Don't let your guard down.
We're being attacked from the air and on the ground. How are we supposed to advance like this?
Missile! I'll break and evade! Fox 2! Fox 2! Our ground forces are under intense fire. The captain's missile impacted the target.
9 field up ahead. Clear the engineer. Oh, I missed. This is Tarantula. We're halfway through the fortress. If things keep going like this, we just might pull it off this time.
Enemy tanks advancing out of fortress gate.
Lure them over here. We'll attack from both sides.
This guy's good.
Calling for everything.
Kill on enemy plane.
AA guns confirmed destroyed.
It's them! They're back again! Their tanks are so deadly, it's frightening. I can see how they'd be like demons to the enemy. They're annihilated. That's gotta be some kind of bad joke. Defense network destroyed! Damn it! These guys are unstoppable! Ground forces are inferior. They might just overrun us this time. Looks like we'll be able to enjoy the new year with our families, thanks to Sand Island. Not even the Roscrays will be able to dodge these missiles. We can't give up our air superiority here.
These are the aces of the Uke Air Force. I can't shake them off.
HQ, we're at the northern fortress wall. We're
Sand Island, but I only see 3. Don't you know? Only good little boys can see the 4th one. Get the raw squeeze over here now. Our lives are depending on that. Please let us make it time. This is so trashed.
Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
Hang in there. We can still win this.
Sam confirmed destroyed.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed. Archer, Fox 2.
These guys are even better than I imagined.
These pilots are good. They've got some sharp moves.
How much longer before you shoot those planes out of our sight?
Target hit.
Damn it, it's over. Our army's completely fallen apart. Don't give me that. Shield me into the ground.
Do they think 3 planes are enough to take us on?
These guys are tough. I can't let my guard down for a second.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
Damn it! Another one went down. Phew. The soldiers still haven't faltered. Must be their elite force.
We made it! Northern Fortress Wall taken down! We skewered them!
Excellent. Hey, send a message back to the enemy. This fortress has been successfully captured. We're going back to our country real soon.
The so-called impregnable fortress fell in half a day, and the momentum of the Osean army had reached a peak. Its final stronghold lost, the Yuktubanian army was setting up a barricade in the urban area up ahead. The next battle could see a lot of bloodshed, with innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. However, the men and officers of the Osean army were optimistic. They thought, as long as the 3 fighters from Sand Island were taking part in the action, things would turn out all right. They have become the center of the army's strength now.
Squadron, this is Thunderhead. Fly to the taker for refueling. There is an allied squadron to the east of your position. They'll guide you to the taker for air refueling. Good work, people. We're one step away from the enemy's capital. We can win this as long as you're with us. I can feel it.
Those enemy pilots we fought today. I can't imagine how wonderful it would be to fly with them in peacetime.
Yeah.
War Dog, this is the 8492nd Squadron. Can you see us? It'll be an honor for us to escort you heroes. Let's go.
Yeah, but I'm still wondering what Captain Chopper was doing. Enemy ECM! Wait a second. An escort plane.
Oh no! The 8492nd Squadron doesn't exist!
Someone in the just worried about you. I'll only concentrate on the enemies directly in our path.
They went one too far capturing that fortress. These pilots are the straw that broke the camel's back. Get them.
I'll limit engagements to a minimum.
Archer, Fox 2!
Assault 6, Fox 2. They're just as powerful as our intelligence stated. Don't let up on them, Jack.
We've got to escape the area! We have to return to base and let someone know about this!
Don't let their moves deceive you.
Captain, let's hurry!
This war doesn't need any heroes. So this is the squadron I've heard so much about.
I've got to shake off these enemies.
We could lose them in the clouds, but it's too dangerous.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
We've got to evade their attack and separate from the fight. There's too much to think about. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Don't let them escape no matter what. The future of Belka is hanging in the balance.
The captain shot down an enemy plane.
Don't worry about the enemy planes. Let's just make it back home.
Belka's behind all this. The country that was defeated 15 years ago. If this is the truth, then what was this war all about?
Enemies of Belka, be gone! Aim for the cockpit. Don't let them get out alive.
The only thing we can do now is escape as quickly as possible.
Nip the dangerous seeds in the bud. Those are...
Let's hurry back home.
Would it surprise you if I said that President Harling is nowhere to be found within the capital?
Not really. The hardline war Osea is waging right now hardly resembles the peace policy the president was promoting. Let me guess. He disappeared just before we invaded Yuktobania, right?
Exactly. My journalist friends told me that nobody's seen him enter or leave the office since. All of his decisions are communicated through the vice president. And it gets better. A lot of the military officers that resigned over disagreement with the president's arms reduction plan have started to return to the capital.
I found out something myself. That Belkan aggressor force I was telling you about. Apparently, they're called the 8492nd Squadron. Also, and here's the kicker, Captain Hamilton, the adjutant base commander here, used to be assigned to the 8492nd.
What?
Oh, they're back.
There's no that blockhead commander. He treated our president like an idiot just because he wanted peace.
What about his adjutant, Captain Hamilton?
Roger that. The captain and I will go see him. Grim, you go let Jeanette and Pops know.
Right. Be careful.
What? Nagase and the captain went to see Hamilton?
What is it? Did I do something wrong?
Let's hurry.
You got it.
We don't have time to warn the captain in Nagase. We'll have to talk to the base commander ourselves.
Thank you for coming, Second Lieutenant. I was just thinking about calling you over.
Me?
Special Forces Second Lieutenant Peter N. Beagle. Or I guess you prefer Pops. 15 years ago, you and Bartlett were shot down over enemy terrain. Bartlett's Squadron HQ was destroyed, and all of its data was fried by Belka's magnetic pulse weaponry. When you made it back to the Allied front lines, it was Bartlett's word that convinced them that you were his squadron leader. Is that really true? Bartlett turned out to be a spy. So, who are you really? Can't prove anything about your military record, can you?
This way!
Arrest them on sight! They're spies! Shoot them if you have to!
Hamilton's got the base commander deceived, too.
I punched that guy's lights out. That bastard was wearing a major's insignia on his shoulder.
I don't know who it is, but someone's trying to widen the rift between the two countries and keep this war going. If Osea continues to win, then the war will be over.
And they're after us to prevent that? You're kidding!
You people are the pillar of morale for the entire Osean army now.
And now you know something you were better off not knowing. The President's disappearance.
Listen, Pops, who exactly are you?
It's no good. They seized our planes in the hangars.
Hangar C in the rear probably isn't so heavily guarded.
Yeah, but over there's nothing but...
We'll escape with my training jets. Good thing I maintain all my planes well, eh? Let's try it. Jeanette, you take the seat behind me.